It's Sunday, and you know what that means. We have the All Effing Wrestling show, and we got the monster, Drago. Look at those pipes.
The Real Drago.
The Real Drago. I guess let's just hit the intro and let's get this thing going.
Get going here.
Coming to you live from the FN Worldwide Media Studios, located in parts unknown.
It's the All Effing Wrestling Show.
With your hosts, Canada Dry, and the JFB.
Tell me how it's priced. Tell me the item is for sale. And tell me.
Good morning, afternoon. If I don't see you till later, keep my supper warm. I am, of course, the professor. I am the JFB, James from Boston.
Do they ever keep your supper warm? That's you say that a lot, but do they keep it warm?
No.
What's that for? I am, of course, the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada effing dry, damn it. And of course, we have the Real Drago.
Yeah, we do. Hell yeah, we do.
The real Russian beast from Moscow. The Real Drago.
Now, you don't actually have that accent, right?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Your accent isn't as thick.
So, before we get into our conversation with Drago, we got to do some house cleaning, if you will. It's called Other News. From the four corners of the globe, from our studios to your home, this is FNN, the FN News Network, starring Canada Dry and the JFB. All right, we got some big news, and the biggest news out of all of them, if you watched Money in the Bank last night, which a lot of people did, John Cena, 2025 is his last year of in-ring competition. We're talking 22 years as a professional wrestler, most of it in WWE, either in Florida Championship Wrestling or whatever. It was interesting to watch this because I have never been a huge John Cena fan. I guess once he kind of left the whole rapper gimmick and went to the whole you can't see me gimmick, he was the WWE's boy, and he wasn't the cool heel. Like, he never went heel after that. So for me, I'm a heel fan. I'm kind of disappointed. Like, we got 1 year now, 2025, of lasts. He's expected to wrestle between 30 and 45 dates. Might have a championship run to break what's his name, Ric Flair's streak. But yeah, John Cena is retiring. The end of 2025, he's going to put his boots in the middle of the ring. Canada Dry, your thoughts on all this?
Well, I think even the way he announced it was weird.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just like You almost made me think that this was his last appearance at the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Like he went about it weird.
Yeah.
But what I would do, I would have him break Ric Flair's record
Okay.
on his last match.
Ooh, okay.
You win the championship, you retire with the belt. Pretty much you outdo AEW with Sting. You retire with the tag team belts, you retire with the world belt.
I can't disagree with that. I mean, now, is he going for the Raw Championship, or do you think he's going?
I don't think it even matters. I don't think it even matters.
I don't think it matters either. But I think if you want to keep the continuity, I think he's got to dethrone Cody Rhodes, because that's the belt of their history, is the undisputed heavyweight championship.
I don't think it matters. I think you're still beating Ric Flair's record.
Okay, all right.
What do you think, Drago?
Yeah.
I think, like, it's to be true. I don't really care about this belt, whatever. Like, it's like if he decides to retire, he decides to retire whatever he wants. But I heard so many people says I am retiring, and they wrestle again. I mean, it's like it's hard to believe like he want to officially retire, or maybe he can continue on after 5 years, 10. You never know.
Yeah,
that's why. Like if you do like your last match, like you said, like you guys like want, right, like with a belt, like to be a champion, like and put his boots and with a belt, but like it's no guarantee that after 5 years he can wrestle again.
Exactly.
I mean, Ric Flair has had at least 25 retirement matches that I can remember.
Exactly.
Ric Flair said he would he regrets doing that because he left so much money on the table. So he wants Ric Flair's last match too.
And again, it's kind of like to say like, oh, I'm going to retire in 2025. Big news.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a hype for Money in the Bank from yesterday. I mean, I not really like believe that. Like maybe one more year. Who knows? So.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's gonna give a lot of people the opportunity to kind of see. Because, I mean, right now, Cody Rhodes is the face of WWE. But before that, even when he was wrestling part-time, it was John Cena. He was legitimately the face of WWE,
What was the last time John Cena won a match? Never mind a championship.
It's got to be 2 years, at least.
I mean, again, it's pro wrestling, like he like when you kind of already a legend and you so you kind of try to help people, It's not about you anymore, it's more about how you help another new generation guys,
Yeah.
I'm looking from this view, kind of,
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to get some wins here and there,
to
keep your status.
Yeah.
So you can't help people if you're losing every single match, because all of a sudden the shine comes off of you a bit.
I mean, it still can help because even you lose, it's maybe very important for fans, but for him he the guy with huge experience, and even you wrestle with him in a ring 10-15 minutes, you're already learning something, this is help, so I mean and it's cool to be in a status that you wrestle with John Cena, for example,
Yeah.
and he beat
So controversy last night, for those who watched, or for those who didn't, here's kind of what happened. It's the Damian Priest Seth Rollins match. Seth Rollins essentially gives him the Falcon Arrow after doing the suplex, which is kind of his combination finishing move, and
he passed out.
Yeah, he didn't kick out. He got a 3 count, but the ref stopped the count at 2 and said his shoulder was up, which was clearly not the case at all. And then out comes Drew McIntyre a few seconds later to cash.
Yeah, it was really confusing at first.
Yeah, so he cashes in his Money in the Bank, and Punk comes in and cost him. another title shot again, which I love this storyline. I love the fact that CM Punk is screwing Drew McIntyre.
I mean, like, I watched some, yeah. I watched some things like, and I like the storyline too. It's a beautiful storyline.
Yeah.
But I like what I read in the news. Like, I still kind of like check something. You know, like I don't have so much time to watch the whole show or whatever. Like, but it's what I heard. Like, he just passed out like after suplex. That's why he kind of didn't kick out. But again, it's pro wrestling. It still can happen. You know, like, but
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of a botch. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I loathe this story. I hate it. I hate it so much because if CM Punk is at the point where he's supposed to be making Drew McIntyre a bigger star.
Yeah.
But Drew McIntyre is looking like a joke.
Yeah.
Because he's getting these big moments and he's getting screwed out of the title 3 times.
Yeah.
How can you ever have him get revenge?
I think this is storyline like that because Punk cannot wrestle yet.
Yeah.
That's why they make it longer to keep the feud between them. Yeah. And I agree. Like when you make too long the same things, it doesn't look cool anymore.
Yeah.
So like that's why. Like just because he probably cannot officially wrestle yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the payment back for Punk for what he did to CM Punk will never be fair.
Well.
No, like even if he bloodies them and wins in a Hell in a Cell match, short of sending CM Punk off to retirement for a couple months,
yeah,
and then makes a grand reappearance later on. But
I mean, I think it's hilarious. I to me, like, and Seth Rollins is caught in the middle between this. I mean, so Seth Rollins. I mean, the stipulation going into this match was Seth Rollins loses. He can't challenge for the belt as long as Damian Priest holds it. So right now, Seth Rollins is out of the championship picture, but I guarantee you, like, you know, like Noob said, public enemy number 1 right now is CM Punk.
but
don't like him.
But even with Seth Rollins,
yeah,
getting involved now it even takes away from Drew McIntyre.
It does.
So you're even making it worse for Drew. Let him finish his story first.
Yeah. So we had a scary match earlier this week. Minoru Suzuki actually passed out. He collapsed in the middle of a match in Japan. Turns out he had a major concussion. He was brought to the hospital. He has been released. So, you know, this is a guy who hits. This is a guy who not only hits hard, gets hit. He gets hit hard as well. I mean, This guy does not back down from a fight. So, you know, I love Suzuki. I've been a big fan of Suzuki for a lot of years. So when I saw the match, it made me nervous, and I'm just happy and glad that Minoru Suzuki is okay.
You know, when you have injuries and you watch wrestling, you worry for their safety because if you felt the injuries before, you're like, I hope he's okay. You have a little bit of PTSD going on.
So WWE is reducing the amount of their live events. So they've gone to half a schedule for the summer at least. And the big reason why is because the PLEs and their television shows are actually doing very well. They're higher in ranks than they were last year. They have more attendance than they did last year. So, I mean, there's no reason to kind of, you know, I always liked house shows. I think house shows are brilliant because you don't know. I mean, I was at the house show when Samoa Joe beat Finn Balor for the NXT Heavyweight Championship. I was at that match. It was just a regular show, no television. You know, they had one camera, and that was just because they capture everything. That's how WWE works. But, I mean, you know, it kind of sucks. You know, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I think it hurt. I don't think it's going to hurt WWE's business. But at the same time, this might be good for a lot of the indies because, you know, instead of going to a WWE house show and paying $40, $50, $60 at the gate, you know, and then, you know, $80 for snacks, you go to an indie show It's a lot more intimate. You get to see these wrestlers who are up and coming.
When you go watch Real Drago at FTW Wrestling School, right?
And you never know what's going to happen because FTW is a territory of NWA. And
yeah,
I wrestled last time with Tom Latimer for NWA National Championship. And you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
So,
we have a clip. We'll show that later.
oh,
yeah, you just don't know. That's what's great about going to house shows is, number one, the wrestlers interact with the crowd a lot more than they do on TV. I mean, I've been to a lot of house shows where I've carried on conversations with the wrestlers while they're wrestling. It's a lot of fun, and it's good for people who can't afford to go to a TV taping.
And when
yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just
when
like
AEW is sorry.
Oh.
When AEW is in town, because they're allowed, I guess NWA as well, because they're allowed to interact with other promotions.
Yeah.
You'll see them all of a sudden showing up at indie events.
Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah.
And I wish WWE would let their wrestlers do that as well. You know, I mean, who wouldn't want to see Damian Priest as the heavyweight champion just show up at an indie show, you know, and do what he does. So, so let's go to a couple of contracts. The first contract that's up is Ricochet, and the expectation is Ricochet will be in AEW sooner than later. I personally, to be honest with you, I can't wait to see Ricochet in AEW. I think AEW is a little bloated right now. I think there's just way too many wrestlers on their roster right now. But who doesn't want to see Ricochet and Ospreay too?
I think that's going to happen. Like, that's guaranteed to happen. Like, this was like, seemed like there was a phone call to Ricochet by Will Ospreay.
Yeah. And
they talked about it. And he said, all right, I'll come on down.
Bruv, you got to come. Adam Cole still injured. He has a really bad ankle injury. They're saying it's a lot more complicated than originally thought. It's the reason why we haven't seen it, which it kind of explains the whole MJF situation, because I don't think they know what to do. And I think as long as Adam Cole is hurt, you might as well turn him heel and let him just run rampant through that roster. And
I don't know if you have this on your list of news items, but they ran a promo on AEW Collision last night. They had a computer and it said Hollow Gem.
Yeah.
You have that on your list?
No.
Okay, so yeah. And then all of a sudden this guy comes running. He jumps into a portal.
Yeah.
And then they show some sort of Power Rangers type mask.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who the hell is this guy?
I think it's Ricochet.
Well, I don't know. It didn't look like Ricochet because he had hair.
Yeah.
Does Ricochet have hair if he grows it?
Yeah.
Or is he bald like you?
He's bald like me, but I mean, you know, I can't grow hair that quick, but I think Ricochet can. And let's talk about Daniel Garcia. So it is confirmed his contract's up in this fall. I don't think he's going anywhere, to be honest with you.
Did you? And also they said that he's coming back as a different character.
Yeah, Red Death.
Yeah, Red Death, which is interesting, making him more serious.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you gotta get rid of Magic Mike or Big Daddy Magic or whatever the hell he's going by nowadays. You just gotta get rid of him.
What do you think of Daniel Garcia, Drago?
I'm not really watch a lot of wrestling. You know, like for me, he's just a good wrestler. That's it. That's what I can say.
Yeah, he's a made man right now. I mean, that beating he took from MJF, guy's made. I mean, that guy's going to be a future world champion at some point. You when he comes back from this injury, you know, he's going to be a made man. I mean, MJF made this guy $1 million right now. Let's go to a couple more things really quickly. Let's talk about Julia. For those that don't know, Julia is probably one of the biggest she was one of the biggest free agents from Stardom. She is now signed with WWE. She did get hurt at a wrestling event in Japan, so her NXT debut has been kind of hindered as of yet. But Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Bruce Pritchard, all three of them have said in separate occasions that they are putting everything that they have on the table for Julia. They believe that Julia is going to be the next great female wrestler that comes into WWE. So, Canada Dry, your thoughts?
Yeah, so much so that it seems they're creating 2 new titles.
Yeah.
The rumor is that they're creating a U.S. women's title and an intercontinental women's title.
Yeah,
So many titles.
It is a lot of titles, right?
it's excessive.
Mhm.
We think
Like, I don't think they treat that women's tag title properly.
no.
I mean, like, it's good. It's good to see right now in 2024, for example, that women like coming like to be like the guys like have like all opportunity what guys have, like different belts. I like it. It's cool. They deserve it. So
Yeah. So let's talk about the best thing on the internet right now. If you haven't seen it, so Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano know how to create heat. Essentially, they get their names out there. Years ago, they did one with Bobby Roode where they would play Bobby Roode's theme music, and then Bobby Roode would show up behind them, and they would just like eyes wide open. Now Tommaso Ciampa is trying to RKO Randy Orton whenever. He's tried it 3 times. He's unsuccessfully given him an RKO. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's on YouTube. It's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. It is hilarious to watch.
yeah, it's cool things. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it too.
It's funny to watch Tommaso Ciampa, who's like 5'10", 5'11", taking on Randy Orton, who's like 6'4", 6'5", and he's got some weight on him. It's interesting to see have you seen the Canada Dry?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you got it.
Wow, check it out.
They probably did it 3 times, I believe. They have like three videos with the RKO. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's cool. I was laughing like when I watched this. Like,
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
Send it to me after the show.
Yeah, I'll send it to you after the show. All right, guys, that's it. That's all our news. Let's fit the
okay,
print.
bye, guys.
Do you have a Bojangles chicken place in Florida there?
No,
They got those WWE tag team championship cups.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you got the Hart Foundation,
Yeah,
you got the Brothers Strike, you got the Outsiders.
Yeah. I like it. You got yours coming. I gotta go to the Bojangles this week.
Yeah, I'm in Canada, so I'm counting on him to send me the Hart Foundation cup.
I can send it to you if I'll go there. If I have them, yeah, I can send it to you.
Nice.
It's not a problem.
All right, so that means it's time for the main event.
Gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Normally we have a cavalcade of friends that are on the show. We have topics, but we couldn't resist. We could not resist having our guest on the show. We are talking to this guy is just incredible. If you haven't, go to YouTube, type in the Real Drago, and just watch. This guy puts on banger after banger after bangers of a match. So I guess the time is let's
So you're how tall are you?
I'm not. I'm 6.1, but I'm wild.
Yeah.
And then you're 260 pounds?
What?
Did you say 260 pounds?
I'm 265 pounds.
Oh yeah, I was close.
Sometimes I'm 260, but usually 265.
Okay, so if you haven't seen this guy, here's a clip. He's wrestling Tom Latimer,
Yeah,
for the U.S. national title.
NWA National. Yep.
Not yet. NWA national title. Let's play it.
All right. What a match! Now that was FTW NWA Invasion, correct?
Yep. But not Invasion. It was a Lake City showdown.
Yeah. So did you actually you trained at FTW, correct?
He's still training.
Oh, you
Yeah.
still trained.
I think I'm never will be done because you always can learn something new, and I like to be in a school all the time. Like
Yeah.
I'm still there.
So obviously we're good friends with Brian Idle. We're really good friends with Natalia Markova. What's it like training with them? Because we've talked about their school multiple times on our show. What's it like down there at that school?
It's a perfect school. We have for one price. Right now we have 3 trainers. It's Mike Monda, also right there. So
Cool.
the guy from WWE, he was in ROH, and he's the kind of the guy who have a huge experience too. So it's cool to have 3 trainers for the same price. You cannot beat it, and everybody give you something unique. Natalia should always push to work for hard cam, push you for being in a gimmick and personality. So. The Brian, he push you do some drills, technique things. Mike Mon, the same things, technique things. It's cool to get something from everybody, and it's awesome experience. They give you a lot of opportunities, to be at NWA show, wrestle together, I flew with Brian to Puerto Rico, New York. I was in Chicago and NWA too with him. I mean, it's so cool. It's a really good school, and I can say right now, I believe, it's probably the best school in the United States.
I couldn't disagree with that.
And nobody can give you that opportunity what they can give you. It's good for beginner, for the new, and it's good for the guys who have experience too. So.
Well, what school is going to give you an opportunity to wrestle Tom Latimer for the belt?
2 times. It already was 2 times.
Right.
And the second time was for NWA National Championship. I'm the real Russian who was contender for NWA National Championship.
Yeah.
It's a history, kind of, It's and it's a cool experience to wrestle with the guys that level, and I don't know, I appreciate them. I love the school, and always will be there.
So we always ask the people their origin stories. What got you into wrestling that you wanted to become a professional wrestler?
It's a long story. Okay, so I'm from Russia, right? So back in the time, the Soviet Union, wrestling wasn't popular in Russia because we cannot watch any, like, it wasn't on the TV. And 1998, when I was a teenager, when I was in the school, they finally start to put wrestling in a channel, like, and I found it in 1998, and I really was like, wow, it's so cool, like, to see the big guys.
Yeah.
Like, everybody looks like a gladiator, and they do some crazy things in the ring, like, and I wouldn't care like it's a show or not, like, it just was so cool to watch. And also, it was Hulk Hogan there too. Like, I remember this guy from Thunder of Paradise TV show.
Yes.
So, and he was an actor. Like, you can remember this face, right? So, like, you can see him in the ring. Like, damn, he is a wrestler. I mean, like, it was kind of like my teenager's dream to be a professional wrestler. I was like, we played with my brother. We broke 2 beds, like, playing wrestling, and like, it was kind of like my dream that time. And again, I was growing. I like, in 2014, I moved to United States, and I, like, in the gym, I met Ken Anderson, Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah.
WWE guy, yeah. And he invited me to join to school, like, the Academy of Professional Wrestling. So it's where I started. And for me, it was like, damn, I probably can make my dream right now, like what I had, like, back in the time. Because back in the time in Russia, we don't have any schools,
Yeah.
Later, they probably, like, they opened the first one in Moscow, where Natalia was, also, in 2005 or 2006, something like that. So, I mean, yeah, it's like in my city, I was in Siberia, and, like, it was a closed city, small one, and it was like no opportunity for me to join some school, do some stuff like that. And I was so happy to join in Minnesota. I spent there 6 months, and I decided to move to Florida. And finally, I found the school. And also, it was COVID time, 2019. It was COVID.
Yeah.
And after COVID, so I found the Brian Idol school, and I saw the picture as Natalia. I said, damn, because I remember her from Russian wrestling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, she's in the United States and she's in Florida. I must join this school because, like, if I not really understand something, like, she can help me,
Yeah.
because she speaks Russian. So, and yeah, and it's kind of like why I joined to FTW school, and I was so happy, and like, I'm probably there, like, I can say, like, 3 years, and school was growing, and, like, it has so many students right now, and it's fun. It's like, it's fun.
Awesome. How many years have you been wrestling?
Like, I'm active wrestler, like, 3 years, but I
Okay.
started in 2018, like, in Minnesota, So, but, like, I'm like a active wrestler, like, 3 years.
Yeah. Awesome. I mean, for 3 years, dude, you've gotten title shots. It takes other guys decades before they start getting title shots.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I already had, like, another shots in India, and like, I already had, like, I believe, like, 3 belts.
Yeah.
But again, yeah, it's like for 3 years, especially, like, again, like, FTW school, they give me so many opportunities. I travel with them, like I said, in Puerto Rico, New York, Chicago, like, and so many another promotions too, like, around Florida. It's so cool, like, can't complain about this.
No.
Would you say that you made like the next step in your career in the last year or so? Like, really come out?
Yeah, I think yes. Last year, like, 2023, was like crazy year because it's like it was a lot of shows, like, in different states, and, like, Puerto Rico, NWA. It was so many things happen, like, yeah, and I'm so excited for this year too. So.
No, but not just that, but just I guess your fluidity in the ring.
Oh yes, I can say, like, I got better, like, I finally get it, like, I can say, like, in 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, like finally my trainers told me, like, Drago, you got it, like, you got it. So you're good. you're good now. So
Yeah.
like before I was so many like they told me like so many critical things, you know, and it's good. It's what you need to do, you know, like how you can improve yourself. If everybody can say like, oh, you're good, but you're not really good, you know.
Yeah.
So and especially Natalia, she pushed me all the time in the school, you know, like hard cam, personality, hard cam, you know, like it's like the things. And I finally got it. Yeah, I'm so happy with that too. And like I said,
You know, it'd be cool if you had a weak link in those chains,
Mhm.
and everything you're breaking it.
Yeah.
That
know,
would be sick.
my chain is the real chain. It's like very heavy chain, the
Oh,
big
wow.
heavy chain. And sometimes, like I saw the guys, they use like a chain, like from plastic sometimes,
Mhm.
or small light one. What I like to do when I do my interns and some fans like want to give me 5 or something, I try to give them chain, and they realize it's so heavy, like you know, like this kind of like what I do.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I mean, a lot of wrestlers base their gimmick off of other wrestlers, the guys that have inspired them over the years, you know. So what wrestlers have been an inspiration for you and your character?
I don't like really have like some specific wrestlers, but I always listen Natalia, Brian, and they give me some things like look at this guy, and I mean they probably like mm, again like big guys like Batista, Brock Lesnar. It's kind of what people want to see from me.
Yeah.
The big strong guy, you know, like it's you know.
Yeah, because when I watch you, I get like I get Miro Rusev vibes from you. Like,
So, yeah, it's like yeah.
because you're not just a big guy, a big powerful guy. I mean, you have some, you know, you got oxygen, man. I mean, you fly through that ring really quick. I mean, you're a lot quicker than I think a lot of people initially will look at you and say, "Oh yeah, he's just a big, huge guy that just power bombs everybody." But I mean, you move in that ring like a ballerina.
Oh,
Like,
I can do it faster. It's just like promoters they don't want me to be fast. And again, it's understandable because they want to see kind of sound like
yeah,
strong things. They don't want to do like they don't want to for me like do like a chain wrestling or some flip, you know. But again, like I can do everything. It's technically. But, I mean, yeah,
what's
I can do it. Yeah.
what's the best part? So let's go back to the school for what. Yeah, I've talked to wrestlers before, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I like it when when we have this in class, when we do this in class, when we do that in class." Like, what's your favorite part of going through the school? Like, what is the big focus that you seem to really glam onto and really kind of just go with it?
Like I like everything. I like always listen what not like Natalia Bryan says, you know, and what very important to keep focus on, you know, and I try to keep focus on. Sometimes you know, like when you started, like your eyes kind of close, you cannot see, you know, like
Yeah.
I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you cannot really see like mistakes or some important things. You keep focusing on different things, and you think it's important, but with more experience and when like especially Natalia and Brian, they teach you from the first day what is important.
Yeah.
So this is so cool because they don't like do like a long like 3 months steps just running the ropes, you know,
Yeah.
or like some like very basic stuff. They teach you like from the first day, like everything.
Yeah.
It's why some people they can get it like so fast, so quick, and they good, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, like I like that. So I like that because we learn at the same time so many things, you know, and you can get it faster, you know.
So, who would you say of your classmates? Who would you say is going to be a star?
The Real Drago. No.
Of course, you. Of course, other than you.
Yeah.
I mean, like now they have another big guy. He just like very new, just started not a while ago. but he's a big like bodybuilder guy, and I see like huge potential from him. You know, like he looks like a wrestler, and I mean like
What's his
he
name?
probably Chris. Chris. I think they put today. I think they put some new a few days ago some new highlight from the school. Who else? I mean, like I cannot really say about someone because like if I'll say about someone, another guys will be like, oh, why he said about this.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
The reason why I said about Chris because he's big. He's big
Yeah.
dude, you know, like and I like it. So he like looks great. Like
Well, also he's gonna make you look good too.
Yeah.
When you wrestle.
exactly. And I cannot wait to wrestle with him too. So he's a cool guy. Yeah, I mean, like I don't want to say about specific names, you know. I just want to say the Real Drago for sure. That's it.
Yes. You got us to self promote, right?
Good answer. Good answer. So, you talk about wrestling in Puerto Rico. Obviously, you're wrestling in the United States. Have you wrestled anywhere else?
No, it's only Puerto Rico and United States, but
Yeah.
different states. Like my goal in this year, probably September or October, I would like to go to Mexico.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it will be cool experience too. And I try to keep more focus right now. I want to be part of NWA, you know.
Okay.
So it's kind of like my goal for this year.
That you can't beat that. I mean, Mexican wrestling is right now red hot. I mean,
It's different.
They would love
different.
you
It's
to.
interesting. And I like a Puerto Rico crowd because people different too.
Oh yeah.
They like what I feel like they don't really care like your heel or face. If they like you, they will be cheering.
Yeah.
You know. So and like they have specific like stuff like you know I don't know how it's called like they make some specific sound. It's kind of different too, and yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
You wrestling in Japan would be cool too because
It's
they love the big guys there.
Oh, they,
maybe next year. Yeah, it's kind of like one of my thing in my list too. So I wish to.
I mean, those Puerto Rican fans are nuts. I mean, I've seen them throw bottles. I've seen them throw cops, batteries. Like they're crazy down there. Like,
And I like it. You know, I like.
oh
it.
yeah. I can tell you this. I've been to a lot of wrestling matches all over the world. Puerto Ricans are the craziest people, bar none. They are just. I mean, if they love you, you're set for life.
Yeah, exactly. So, yep.
Like you saw the WWE when they went to the Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they don't go back there once a year.
Because they should go way more than once a year.
Well,
I
even
mean,
just once a year because it's just such an amazing crowd that it makes the product look better.
Yeah,
I think it's not only WWE want to be there. Like it's another companies they probably decide to go there. I know NWA already was in WWC and they kind of like a part two right now.
Yeah.
I think I saw some news like AEW Puerto Rico something like that. They might be go there. I'm not sure, but I think I saw the poster like AEW Puerto Rico. So
yeah, like Puerto Rico is
it's a historical place of professional wrestling. It's a lot of legends.
Yeah. I mean the Colognes alone.
Yeah,
the Colognes
it's
ran Puerto Rico for decades.
Yep.
It seems like centuries at times. I mean, like,
wasn't that where that guy? What's his name?
Bruiser
The guy
Brody.
that's throwing the chains around. What's his name?
Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody was killed there.
Yeah, he was murdered in Puerto Rico.
What name it says?
Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody. I think I heard.
Well, you got the chains, right? He used to grab the chains and he'd swing them around almost where it's almost hitting the crowd.
Damn, that's a cool idea.
Yeah, do it.
He was a nutcase. I mean, Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Bruiser Brody fan. I have been for years. The guy is just, the guy is a frickin' maniac. But yeah, I mean, he was straight out murdered in in Puerto Rico.
No,
So
I don't want to hurt the crowd, yeah, for sure. But maybe on my next visit of Puerto Rico, I probably will do that. Just
Oh yeah, get the chains going.
it's
Make it
kind
part of your
of
gimmick.
yeah, that's Bruiser Brody right there.
oh, yeah, he looks like crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. Nicest guy in the world. Everybody I've ever talked to that has ever met him.
It's what people like yeah a lot of kids like, especially kids, like they like afraid me, like, like scary.
Yeah.
When I do my interns, and some people like who don't know me,
Yeah.
they think, oh, Drago probably crazy or something like. But if we start do like some interview or something, like some podcast where they're like, oh, he's the nicest guy, like, just it's just
Yeah.
a gimmick.
Yeah, when Bruiser Brody was in Japan, he'd do that, and the crowd would shrink back
Yeah.
because they were so scared.
Yeah. So, what's been your favorite match so far that you've had?
Again, I don't want to say oh, this guy was a good one, another guy
Yeah.
was good. But again, I really love wrestle with Tom Latimer. Like, it was second
for sure.
match. Damn, I can wrestle with him every week. It's like
Yeah.
this guy, just a higher level, like a big superstar for me, and like really for everybody. He is cool, and I always learn, like, when I wrestle with him, I learn something new. Like, I watch my match, like, okay, it was cool, like, okay, yeah. I mean, like I can say, like, my last match with him, it was cool. Like, probably my favorite right now. Elsa was cool match with Hornswoggle.
Oh, really?
Oh, you had the Hornswoggle.
Yeah, and again, like when they put me with him, it was tag team match, and I'm like, damn, what I can do with him? Like I'm big, he's like too small. Like how we can,
Yeah,
what we can do, but when we put match together, it was so much fun, and again, it was a big, huge crowd, like more than 1,000 people, and we had reaction for everything, like for every small moment, we had reaction.
yeah.
And because people loved him so much.
Did you lose or did you win?
We had the storyline, and they put us together for make another storyline with some another guy. It was kind of big mess in the end.
Yeah.
They won, yeah, but again, like they won for specific reasons, and he bite my finger. He squeezed my nipples. He bite my ass.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and people was laughing, like, and I love it so much. Like, after matches, like, thank you, like, it was so cool. Like, and again, like, we had huge reaction for people screaming, like, it was so cool.
So that's a clear instance of like a comedy in wrestling.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on comedy? Like, do you think that it needs to be just like kind of like it's just like a pinch of comedy or a lot of comedy?
Pinch of comedy. Sometimes, it's entertainment, like, and some things they can be funny. Like, we saw highlights for Erko, like from Tommaso Ciampa, like some things supposed to be, because it's crowd is different, kids, different people, they watch it. Some people like comedy things, and again, it's wrestling. It should be everything. That's what I think.
Yeah, I've been laughing my ass off at Chris Jericho lately with the learning tree. He's like, "Hi guys!" It's just like, that doesn't work for me, brother. Oh man, he's just making fun of himself.
Colt Cabana made a career off of being a comedic wrestler. Him and Gato, they have made careers where they are the funny guy.
Who else?
Santino Marella.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. This guy, like, yeah. I remember when I watched that time, like, and it was funny and cool to watch. I was kind of like a fan of him, yeah.
But Santino Marella was more like you when he was in the developmental.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a Russian gimmick, right? Back in the time.
Yeah.
Well, he's Italian, but he was meant to be like a tough shoot wrestler.
Oh,
Yeah.
But then they bring him up. They're like, look at the size of these guys compared to him. He can't be.
yeah,
Oh.
like for some people, sometimes better to grow up a little bit, or lose the weight. You never know. You need to try everything.
Awesome. So, do you wrestle full time?
You mean full time, like contract? Or
No, like full time. You wrestle all the time.
no, I have another job too. So, I mean, yeah, like wrestling is kind of like my second job. But again, I keep focusing on NWA things, and I wish to be there for the full time. And yeah, I'm working for IMG Academy, so it's a cool place.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like a very popular for all the world professional academy for athletes like basketball, baseball, football, like lacrosse. There's so many different.
Oh yeah.
It's like thousand kids, students, pro athletes from all the world.
Yeah.
And it's cool,
Yeah.
And they like some of them like wrestling. They want to go watch me, like it's cool. It's a cool place to go.
So we were talking. We got a podcast coming up on Tuesday. We're going to be talking about, is professional wrestling dying? Because the numbers are not what they used to be on the Nielsen ratings.
I don't know, like, because like what I think, like, again, back in the time, people don't have an internet to watch wrestling, for example.
Yeah.
They watch wrestling only on a TV.
Yeah.
And they need to go if they want to see someone on a show, right? So it's only one platform, was like only live or TV, right? So now you have your headphone, you have a smartphone right now.
Yeah.
You can watch wrestling like 24/7 on a phone, internet, like so many different platforms. That's why it's kind of hard to say about numbers, because I think people just can watch it everywhere right now.
Yeah.
That's why they're not supposed to go and watch in front of TV, like on a live. They can watch, like, for example, after a couple hours later.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it's kind of hard to say is a different number or not, because I believe the wrestling is still very popular.
I think that directly that UFC has taken a lot of wrestling fans away that would have gravitated to wrestling, and now they're like watching UFC instead.
And back in the time, it was like I was, when I was a kid. I watched what is it called? I forgot what the name was. It was another like fights without rules, of course, like that. Something like they still have something. Back in the time, people still watch this too.
Yeah.
And again, like I like watch UFC too. So, but again, some like Brock Lesnar, he was in the UFC.
Yeah.
And his fans there, they right now we can watch WWE. Like it's just a different things you can watch right now. AW, WWE, TNA, NWA, UFC, if you want to. Like it's so many things. Not only a UFC, it's like MMA and other things. It's so many different names too. Almost every state has something. So.
Yeah, I don't think wrestling is on the downswing at all.
Like UFC, okay. Back in the time, it was like very popular was box.
Yeah.
But people still watch box.
Yeah.
It's just not that entertainment like another things.
Yeah, I think wrestling is probably more popular now than,
because again, like some wrestlers, they are actors like Dwayne Johnson, the Cena, and they can bring a lot of fans there. And for another reason, that's why they're actors, because they were popular in the WWE, for example. So the Hollywood bring wrestlers in Hollywood because they are popular. That's why it's hard to say like that wrestling is not that popular like wasn't back in the time. I don't think so. You know, it's just
Yeah,
a many
like
platforms.
it's clearly like we can all admit that it's not what it was in the Attitude Era.
I think it's surpassed it.
There's no way. Like
Oh yeah,
you had 12 million people watching Nitro every week.
yeah.
But
But you had less. You had less people. You had less choices.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
now it's diluted, obviously, because you like like Drago said, you can watch wrestling anywhere.
yeah, like
You know?
phone. We don't have smartphone back in the time.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So-
I think it's surpassed because it's available. I mean, the fact that WWE has the Speed Championship on X or Twitter says
Yeah.
a lot about where wrestling is going right now.
And again, right now, another thing is true. Like especially right now, 2024, people don't want to watch full match.
Yeah.
They want to see highlights. They just check highlights. They already know everything. It's another thing too.
Yeah, you can watch. You can if you missed Raw, you can watch 20 minutes on YouTube.
Exactly.
And
That's
catch
why
the whole thing.
they just have like they don't want to spend like 3 hours to watch like show, right? So they can just check highlights, and it still counts.
Yeah.
But that's why it kind of like looks like less people maybe, and like especially in the TV watching in the same time in the live TV. But in reality, no, because it's time like that. TikTok highlights. People want to see like everything for 1 minute. They don't want to spend so much time, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
and
why.
I think once AEW gets their streaming deal settled and locked in, I think that changes everything as well. I mean, NWA is on CW now. You know, MLW is on Access TV along with TNA. You know, they're fighting for your dollar. You know, and so that's going to force them to start making, like MJF's heel turn. That's huge. I mean, Collision's ratings went up because MJF was opening the show, you know. So I think it's as hot now as it ever has been.
It's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
You know?
I would like. I think that wrestling needs to create new fans.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like because if all the older if they're all over you know between 30 and 40.
Yeah.
You know, you'll have a bunch of geezers coming to the arenas with their walkers.
No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, I mean they'll find a way. I mean they always do, and you know it takes one match to get on YouTube where people will go like the Swerve Ospreay championship match. Like the highlights that are on YouTube have over 10 million views. I mean that's huge when you think about transferring from kids watching on YouTube saying I got to check this out. You know.
You watch right now my highlights with Tom Latimer. You already see like everything kind of for 1 minute, like 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You don't need to watch like whole match for 10 minutes, you know. Right? You already see everything.
Yeah.
That's why I think, you know.
Yeah, that stuff will pull you in to watching full matches. You know, like I watched, like earlier this week, I watched a bunch of your highlights and said, all right, I want to watch legit matches. Like I want to see these full matches because I want to get a better sense of like how you run in the ring, how you work a match, what your work rate is. Like to me that, and I'm different. I know like me, Canada Dry, we're 1% of wrestling fans. We have an excessive amount of ability to watch wrestling. Not everybody's like us where we're just like, hey, I'm going to turn on this and watch this for an hour and a half, or I'm going to watch the NWA on CW when, they don't have big names and they don't have big television deals, And so,
again, I think like this time, like the fans a lot smarter.
Yeah.
They know wrestling deeper. They know like everything, like most like wrestlers know, like they know like how it's supposed to be, like what you need to do, like between moves. Some fans very smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we wind down here, who's on your Mount Rushmore, and why is one of them Bret Hart?
I can say like popular names, like because I think it's of course Hulk Hogan just because it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger for bodybuilding. The Rock
Yeah.
to make a wrestling hire to plus his Hollywood star. The last WrestleMania, I watched whole WrestleMania show because it was so cool to watch, and this like storyline he made, like again The Rock, Stone Cold.
Yeah.
I like him. Yeah. Like who? You said Bret Hart. Okay, Bret Hart.
There we go. There we go. Well, the reason why I say Bret Hart is because sometimes I will just be like, you're in a certain mood, and you can watch a Bret Hart match, and it'll just relax you.
Yeah.
I was like back in the time when I started watching wrestling, and I at the same time I'm playing the game on the Sega Mega Drive. It was Wrestling.
Oh yes.
95. I play most of my match. I play with a Bret Hart.
Yeah.
And again, when I started watching wrestling, 1998.
Yeah.
He was there in WCW. He just came there. You know? And I knew him and I like him. And again, like some like Mr. Kennedy can understand. He kind of recommend us like if you want to watch some basic things, like watch a match with Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect, for example.
Yeah.
Like some matches, like they top 10 matches, like with Bret Hart in WWE. So.
Yeah.
Now this is my claim to a little bit of intelligence here. So I was talking to Natalia on Messenger, and I said, you know what? You're like Bret Hart to these women that you're wrestling with because you make them look so good.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me that's what Billy Corgan says about her. So I was like, I'm in the same length as Billy Corgan.
Yeah, Natalia, for me, she's the best wrestler in the world.
Oh, yeah.
She's amazing. Like, you can... Like that's why I like listen to her. She's like everything what she says is like I said, like it's when you have more experience, you understand more. And I always like remember what she told me like a year ago or 2 years ago. I said, "Damn, she was right." Now I understand. I got it now. Like I'm like, she's so smart. She's perfect athlete and good, really good pro wrestler.
Yeah. What's your favorite match?
And she's a good teacher. So.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. What's your favorite match of all time? Not one of yours, but a match that you just can put on and it just brings back these great memories.
If when you ask this, right? Only first match what I remember, like it's probably Hogan versus Rock.
Yeah.
I just remember like that one time when I watched this, like back in the time when I watched it, and I remember my feelings. It was because kind of like my two favorite guys in the ring, two big icons.
Yeah.
And it was cool.
Oh yeah.
It's just like if you ask me right now, like yeah, I can say this much.
Yeah.
And that's Hogan's last big match, really, that really mattered.
That was his last big match, yeah.
Yeah, I think yes. Because after that, I remember it was like, but this match he was working like 100%. You can see it. They worked a long time, and it was cool to watch, and it was very entertainment. And I like storyline before too.
Yeah. All right, I think that's the end of the show. Unless you got another question, Canada Dry.
No, I'm good. Is there anything you want to plug?
Just love wrestling, support indie pro wrestling too. Watch NWA, Power, and find
Hit
me.
the link to FTW Wrestling below. But we always have a link for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, FTW Wrestling, of course, it's in the territory of NWA, and please watch us. Subscribe as well on YouTube. You can find me.
We have the FTW. There we go. Let's just play this really quickly.
Yeah, let's play really quick.
Yeah. Let's go. I like it.
Determination, perseverance. These are the qualities that make a champion. Do you have what it takes to be the next wrestling superstar? Are you ready to turn your dreams into a reality? At Fight the World Wrestling's World Wrestling Academy, we can help you become the champion you were meant to be. Our world travel trainers, Brian Idle and Natalia Markova, are well-known industry professionals with years of experience in the world of wrestling. From the basics to advanced techniques, they are dedicated to help give you the tools that you need to succeed in the ring. Our training program is tailored to challenge you, push you to your limits, and help you discover your full potential. Come join our diverse group of talent. Join us at Fight the World Wrestling's World Wrestling Academy and make your dream a reality. Visit our website or contact us to learn more and start your journey to the top today.
Today.
Right now, get online.
And it's never late to join.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of our show. I want to thank Mr. The Real Drago for coming on the show, talking about the thing that we love. We love it so much. We have a freaking podcast about it. All the links for us are down below. If you want to get a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling, you can go there. Click like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Click on all our links. You can find us anywhere. Go on YouTube, type in The Real Drago, and watch the matches and get to know this guy. Because this guy, I got a feeling. I got an itch right here.
This guy's going to be a star right here.
This guy's going to be a freaking star.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be there to ride his coattails all the way.
Hell yeah. So on behalf of Canada Dry and The Real Drago, I am the JFB.
It's important that you guys know that sometimes life, it just knocks you down.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be down.
Yep.
But it's not okay to stay down.
Nope.
If you're down and out, reach out to your friends, reach out to your family, reach out to anyone, reach out to us, and we'll help pick you up to dust yourself off. Raise your fist in the air, put the devil in a sharpshooter, and just keep fighting.
Hit it. This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it. Drago!